Okay, I think we're up and running here. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back as we continue to go through our book here. This is The Paleo Cardiologist by Dr. Jack Wolfson. I think it's just an amazing testimonial from a cardiologist here who's kind of been through the trials and tribulations. He's come out on the other side and understood what natural healthcare really is, and that you have to take care of yourself. You can't rely on medications or pharmaceuticals or testing, right? The best way to prevent something is or the best way to beat a disease to prevent it in the first place. So everything we talk about is based off his research and the research articles and the information in the book here. So this is chapter 6. Chapter 6 is called The Failed Promise of Big Pharma. Reading this chapter just kind of puts me on fire here. There's so much to process in this chapter. To try to do it in 5 minutes or less, not going to happen. But I'm just going to hit some of the highlights here. I put the quote in here a couple times, but this is probably one of my favorite quotes I've seen in a long time. This is by Sir William Osler. The person who takes medicine for disease must recover twice, once from the disease and once from the medicine. You put in a chemical in your body. There's no way it's making you healthier. Now, in emergency situations, or if there's a time and a place that you need a medication, you may have to take that to save your life, but it did not make you healthier. It just put a Band-Aid on the issue and covered it up. Now you've got to take care control of that in the first place. So he talks about in here $500 billion. This book was written in 2015, I believe. So 2013 study, $500 billion was collected by the pharmaceutical industry in 2013. $500 billion was their revenue. So imagine what that is today. This is another one that blew me away. 90% of adults over the age of 60, 90% of adults over the age of 60 take at least one prescription medication. 20% of adults over the age 60 take 5 prescription medications. Something is fundamentally wrong with that. The normal is not to take medication. That's not normal. It's normal to be healthy and vibrant and function without medications. And you get there by taking care of yourself. In this office, we use what's called 5 essentials. Nervous system first, make sure you're getting adjusted, take care of your spine. It's the most important thing we have. Then nutrition is second. Mindset is third. How is your mind doing? Toxicity, and then exercise. Make sure you're decreasing your toxins and exercising. That's how you continue to maintain your health. Another interesting number he put up here, a study showed 750,000 people had to go to the emergency room based off properly prescribed prescription drugs. So it was the right drug for the right person for the right issue. It was all done correctly. And because they took that medication, 750,000 people per year have to go to the emergency room. Think about that. Let that sink in. Like, just taking a medication is not necessarily the answer. They have side effects. There are issues. Whether you take medication and it doesn't have side effects or not, it's a chemical. It's affecting your body. There's no way to get around that. The better answer is to get yourself healthy. The next thing he talked about I thought was really cool. It's called NNT. NNT. So that's the number needed to treat. That's one of his recommendations when you go in and somebody's recommending a drug for you. That's one of the number one thing he thinks you should be asking is, what is the number needed to treat? Meaning, how many people have to take this over a certain period of time to prevent an issue from happening? And he gives examples in here of one of the early studies. Let me see if I can find that real quick. One of these early studies, here it is. This was for heart disease. It was 63 people needed to take a drug for 5 years in order to prevent one person from having a heart issue. 63 people over 5 years to prevent one issue. He's saying it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it. That doesn't make sense. So always look for that number needed to treat. He talks about NSAIDs. It's like ibuprofens and NSAID. NSAIDs, if you didn't know, 76% increase of atrial fibrillation if you're taking an NSAID. 76% increase of atrial fibrillation if you're taking an NSAID. I mean, those are the stats. Those are the research. That's not like his opinion. It's based off of these peer-reviewed journals here. So if you start to look what happens and what you're doing to your body, you start to get a clearer picture. The last thing he talks about, this is, again, just a great saying, I think. Heart disease does not occur because the body lacks Lipitor, Crestor, or Zocor. Heart disease does not occur because you're lacking a medication. Heart disease does not occur because you're lacking a drug. Heart disease occurs because you're not taking care of your health in the first place. You're not exercising. You're not eating right. You're not taking care of your mindset, meditating, journaling, just getting outside for a walk, getting in the sunshine. You're not getting your spine checked. Your brain and your spinal cord are the most important things you have in your body. And if you've never checked to see if they're healthy, how could you possibly know if you're healthy or not? So again, Dr. Jack Wolfson, the Paleo Cardiologist, great book. I hope that helps. And we're going to move on to chapter 7 next week. Tomorrow. Chapter 7, Useless, Dangerous Procedures. Useless, Dangerous Procedures is the title of chapter 7. Please tune in. I hope you like it. If people need to hear this, please share it. I look forward to sharing with you guys more, getting you educated and getting you healthy. God bless.